In this video, we will discuss the carbohydrates with a focus on complex carbs. We have three categories of complex carbohydrates, including glycogen, starch, and fiber. You've likely heard of the first complex carbohydrate, glycogen. Of course, this is the storage of glucose in animals. All animals, including humans, have to store glucose, so we have a quick and easy way to obtain our necessary fuel for cells. You likely remember hearing about it with exercise. That is because exercise causes the cells to use energy faster, making it more critical to have this storage form of glucose readily available. Note each of the blue polygons represent a glucose molecule. Can you see why we call this complex carbohydrate? Look at how many glucose molecules are attached to each other in glycogen. The next category is starch. Like glycogen, this is a storage of glucose, but starch is in plants, not animals. The picture on the left shows two different types of starch, one linear and the other branched. Note the number of glucose molecules in starch designated by the blue polygons. Like glycogen, these are complex in nature. To help explain how starch comes to be, we go back to elementary school when we learned about photosynthesis. Recall that with photosynthesis, you take the water from the soil and the carbon dioxide from the air. The plant is able to use the hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon to form a glucose molecule and release the remaining oxygen. The plant then puts the carbohydrate molecules, glucose molecules together to store as starch. Think about the foods in your diet that are starchy: potatoes, rice, flour for bread, and so on. They are all plant sources. Starch is the storage of glucose in plants. When we consume starch, remember, the only way to absorb is a single molecule. So the body must break down starch into glucose molecules before it can be absorbed. It takes a lot to digest starch. Hopefully you remember from the digestion chapter where digestion of starch begins. If not, you should go back and review that. Fiber is the final category of complex carbohydrates. This is an interesting group because humans do not have enzymes to break it down. Therefore, if we cannot digest it, we cannot absorb it, which means it goes straight through to the colon. We do not obtain any glucose for energy from fiber. However, it is found in our carbohydrate foods. We have two different types of fiber known as soluble and insoluble that have different functions in the body. Soluble fiber found in pectin of fruits and oats has a gel-like consistency. There are three main benefits of soluble fiber. The first is that it slows down the digestion and absorption of carbohydrate, which can prevent spikes in blood sugars. This is something we will come back to many times throughout the term. The next benefit is that it decreases cholesterol in the blood, thereby lowering risk of heart disease. Finally, soluble fiber holds fluid in feces, so it can be moved more easily through the colon, preventing constipation. Insoluble fiber is the one you most likely think of with fiber. It provides bulk. It is primarily found in veggies, whole grains, legumes, and the skin of fruit. Insoluble fiber stimulates the muscles around the colon to keep feces moving through it. It is important to keep the walls of the colon strong and healthy. Later in this semester, we will talk about the problems that can happen when fiber is not consumed in adequate amounts.